Yeah, Floatzel is going to be able to take the win right here.
There goes the Charizard.
If I had T-Bolt on Rachi, that would have been so nice.
Oh, I wonder what's
gonna
happen here.
Protect just because I knew that Rachi, at least I thought Rachi was going to be pressured with the combination of Mega Altaria.
Hi. I wasn't doing anything. This is Redithan, and welcome to Week 6 of the GPC. Woo! Yay! And my opponent is Rizzy Pow, coach of the what's his team again? Phoenix Sunfloras. That's right. I totally was not watching a video from him a second ago. Anyway, I'm just kidding, Riz. It's because we love you. It's because we love you. Anyway, let's go get right into the team. Just because, I don't wanna bore anyone too long. So, all right, right. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Let's save that one for last. Let's save this little spicy meme for last. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My phone was being dumb and wouldn't load the sheet properly, so I was just kind of rambling on for 5 minutes about a team that I couldn't even see. So let's back this up a bit. So first up we have King Chip, and he's got Earth Power, Fire Blast, Sucker Punch, and Stealth Rock. This was with the Air Balloon, of course, and actually some speed this time. Unlike last week where I ran no speed on Nidoking, which was a good and a bad thing if you watched that last one. But anyway, this thing was mainly just for Diancie, because Mega Diancie just I just kind of wanted a free attack. So basically the thing with King Chip is that since Mega Diancie is so powerful, Diamond Storm and Moonblast are just such powerful moves, I really don't have I didn't really have that many switch-ins to it. Mittens actually took a lot for Moonblast. Excalibur, Pataby, Wary of the HP Fire, just a whole bunch of things that could go wrong with Mega Diancie and that not really coverage, but the move pool it gets and those stats. So I kind of wanted something that could check it, and that's exactly what Air Balloon Nidoking does, because the Air Balloon makes sure that the Earth Power, you can't get off the Earth Power, and then Diamond Storm, Moonblast are both resisted, and then HP Fire is weak, is very, very weak. So basically it just guaranteed I'd be able to get attack off of Diancie or whatever switched in. However, I did screw up in putting Fire Blast over Ice Beam. I originally was going to do Ice Beam, but I'm trying to look back on why I didn't, and I honestly... Okay, wait, I do remember. It was for Cobalion, because Cobalion often runs Shuka Berry, but I don't know why I thought it would really matter, because it's not like Cobalion can OHKO this thing anyway, I have lots of switch-ins for Cobalion anyway, so I didn't even realize why I did that, because with this I really had nothing to hit Latias other than Ice Beam pretty much, and its superior also is her to Ice Beam. So is Nidoqueen, which is Shuka Berry Nidoqueen is a much bigger threat than Shuka Berry Cobalion. I don't know. Don't ask me. But that was a dumb on my part. So yeah, there's Fire Blast, Sucker Punch, just because priority, and I didn't really need any more coverage other than Ice Beam, which I obviously did not have. But yeah, Sucker Punch just for Latias pretty much, and anything that's faster that could pick off. And then we got Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock was because, why not? I didn't really think there was anything better to fit there. I could have put, Toxic Spikes, I guess, but he had Nidoqueen, and I really didn't... Actually, no. I mean, I was gonna say I didn't really want Mega Diancie to, switch in, but, Mega Diancie's not switching in on Nidoking, so that's not a realistic concern. But yeah, I just felt Stealth Rock would be better in the long run. I mean, especially so it opened up Mittens and Excalibur for more stuff. So yeah, I just put Stealth Rock in that final slot. Also pretty good with forcing the Diancie switch and all that. And then I got enough speed to outspeed Galvantula and put the rest in the attack just to boost Sucker Punch a bit. So next up we have the Vape God himself, herself. I don't really care. And unfortunately, Vape God has not been able to be that great this season. I really had high hopes for it, but it seems like every week it's just getting counter teamed to hell, and I guess that's maybe a good thing because it kind of over centralizes with my opponent's team building and all that. But still, I'd like it to do some more. But I thought that maybe this week it could be its chance, because after Dragon Dance it just kind of destroys him, especially if Latias goes for like Draco and gets the Spatak drop, then we're in business. So yeah, really all I had to watch out for was Priority and Metacham and Sneasel. But other than that, this thing just O-code his entire team with a Dragon Dance. So yeah, really, really good. Return Earthquake, of course, just for everything it hits. The only thing it didn't OHKO, I believe, was like certain Nidoqueen spreads and Cobalion, especially like Shuka Cobalion. But I mean, of course, I'm not gonna bring this turn 1. I mean, it's not like it's Salamence or anything. Okay, I'm sorry, Riz. Anyway, this had enough speed to outspeed. I don't remember. To be perfectly honest, I don't remember. I think it's Superior? Maybe. I think it's Superior. No, Sneasel, that's right. I'm trying to outspeed Sneasel because Sneasel's bad news for this thing. Because Ice Shard does like less than 50%, but I mean, it's Sneasel. I don't want to take an Ice Skull Crash, so yeah. Next up we have Mittens. And actually, let me get to Mittens. Let me get to Mittens in a second. So let's talk about Wilbur for now. This was another thing that just kind of nuked his team. Flare Blitz superpower, of course, just for the stab. Flare Blitz really, he had let me count it. 0 switch-ins for Flare Blitz other than like non-mega Diancie. So yeah, Flare Blitz just nuked him like that. I could just click Flare Blitz and do damage. Superpower, pretty much the same thing as long as Nidoqueen was gone. He had no switch-ins to superpower. I mean, Latias, of course, but like Latias does not want to be taking damage like that. And then finally I had Iron Head just so I could OHKO Mega Diancie just because of how much of a problem it was. And of course, you got the fun flinch hacks, and really it just hit almost his entire team neutrally. And then finally I have Sucker Punch. I know it seems kind of redundant with Choice Scarf, but I mean, I didn't really have anything else I could have put there. Maybe I could have put like Head Smash just so I could have like good neutral damage on Latias because it's such a powerful move, especially with Reckless. But I decided to just put Sucker Punch there just in case maybe he has like Scarf Latias or another Scarfer, because like pretty much anything with a Choice Scarf outspeeds this thing. So yeah, I got enough speed to outspeed Sneasel, and then I put I put Max Attack, and I put the rest in HPs just so I could take less recoil damage. Yeah, Wilbur just doing Wilbur things. Looking back on it, I probably should have run Adamant just because, I mean, Sneasel couldn't really do much to this thing anyway. But, it's in the past. Oh, spoiler, yeah, it's a replay again. I'm sorry. Anyway. Next we have Excalibur, because I bring Excalibur every week. And, this is another kind of heat set. Iron Head, Brave Bird, Roost Fog. I mean, kind of standard moves, but I'm actually running more offensive. This was to... What was this to OHKO? This was like to OHKO... Well, I mean, it OHKO's Mega Diancie. It OHKO'd Mega Diancie. It actually 2-KO's Latias with Brave Bird. It OHKO's Superior. It was to like do damage to one of those things, so take my word on that. Roost because recovery is great, and then Defog just because I wanted a Defogger. I wasn't really too afraid of hazards with this team, but considering he could set up like Toxic Spikes with Nidoqueen, and he also had like some good rockers in Cobalion, and then Nidoqueen again, and then he also had like Sticky Web potential with Galvantula. I figured I should have Defog somewhere on this team, so I sacrificed having something else like Spikes or like Swords Dance or something for Defog. And then I'm running the rest in HP and Special Defense. The only really like physical Pokemon I had to worry about on his team were with Skarmory were SD Cobalion and Medicham pretty much. Sneasel just gets destroyed by Iron Head, and Medicham dies to Brave Bird. But I mean, this thing doesn't take like 2 high jump kicks, I'm pretty sure, like with anything other than like Choice Scarf. So had to be wary of that. However, I could definitely take one if it's special defensive. So I figured it'd just be better to go special defensive just because of Latias and Mega Diancie. Even I have like the Okaberry and all that to take HP fires, and they also have like Superior and X-Cloud and all that. So I figured special defensive just would be the better route. Next up is, actually no, we're gonna go back to Mittens now. So Mittens, Nasty Plot, Psychic, Soft Boiled, Baton Pass, Culver Berry, physically defensive, and also low speed, so I could get the slowest Baton Pass possible. This was my this was going for like the epic 6-0 of the century. Nasty Plot and Psychic, just because that pretty much hit almost entire team except for Sneasel. Swap out for recovery, of course, and then Baton Pass. And here's my strategy. So basically, I go for Nasty Plot. He switches into Sneasel. He goes for Knockoff. Procs the Cloberberry. I Baton Pass. Go into Hillary. Hillary takes an Ice Shard, eats up the Yachi Berry to get the Unburden boost, takes out the Sneasel, and then just sweeps pretty much. This speed was to outspeed Sneasel, like without the Unburden boost, just in case like things went south. Well, actually, no, I need to outspeed it anyway, so never mind. Leaf Storm, Oko's Nidoqueen, that was the only reason I had that. And then pretty much everything else with a Nasty Plot boost, just Oko something on his team. Dragon Pulse, I don't think it actually Oko's Latias, but it comes really, really close. And considering with like Stealth Rock damages, I figured it'd be enough late in the match. Focus Blast for Cobalion, and then Energy Ball for literally everything else. Probably should have put Giga Drain, and we'll get about that later. But yeah, so that was a long explanation for this for this little team. But anyway, let's just get right into the battle. Here's Riz team. It's pretty much exactly what I expected, minus the Superior. I didn't really expect him to bring. Medicham. I figured Superior might be the better choice, just because it can wreck me in certain situations. So anyway, let's just get right out, as this was kind of a tough decision to lead for me. However, I decided to lead with Emboar, and this was because really the only two unfavorable matchups in this situation were Nidoqueen and Latios, because they can both really KO me. But in Latias's case, I could switch into Mew easily, and if it was Nidoqueen, I could just go into Skarmory. Not really. I mean, of course they have moves. Of course they can carry moves that like hurt them both super effectively, but they're kind of safe switches. Just for like the first turn, of course. So I just go with Wilbur. Like, if anything, I just nuke something as he goes into Diancie. So I'm just gonna go for the Iron Head, not predicting, as he actually goes for Protect, which I figured he could have, but I decided to go for Iron Head anyway, just because he decided to stay in to get his Mega off, not predicting it. But he made the good play and go for Protect. And me, since I'm not dumb, I'm actually going to switch out into Excalibur, because I've predicted the Cobalion. Figured that could be the best play for him, as it's actually Calm Mind Cobalion, and I'm like really scared right now, as I just went for Brave Bird just because I didn't really want him to do anything else. I was kind of scared of him setting up SD actually, or like setting up a substitute or something, so I just wanted to get as much damage as possible, because I knew that I could do more than 25% in case he tries to like sub or something. So just keep doing defense here. That's why I didn't switch into Emboar. I wanted to keep Emboar as much HP as possible, and I figured this would be the best way to do it. I also probably gotta switch into Altaria, but like we're risking like the Stone Edge and all that. So just playing it safe here with Skarmory. So he just goes for Volt Switch here. So Calm Mind Volt Switch does a lot. He actually goes into Latias, and I do over 50%. So that's where I suck about how the attack, the adamant nature on Skarmory really helped, because he really didn't have like any switch into that. So if he went to Diancie, I could have just Iron Head and lived the HP Fire, because I had the Okaberry. So I switched into Mew just because I'm physically defensive, but I can take hits. So he switches out into Diancie. As I go for the soft-boiled, just kind of scout what he had. Here he goes. Here he messes up. He goes for Protect. I guess trying to scout for like the Flash Cannon or something. But I had Nasty Plot, which, I mean, I wouldn't really say it's a bad play for him to go to Protect. I mean, when do you ever see Nasty Plot Mittens? I mean, other than week 1, but I don't think Riz saw that one. So, yeah, I don't blame him for that. As now he explodes. He goes boom. And I was mad at myself for not going for soft-boiled there. I mean, I had no way of knowing he was going to do that. But if I soft-boiled there, I would have been in a much better position. Because now he does go into Sneasel, and he goes for the Ice Shard, which crits me, unfortunately, as I go for the Energy Ball. And this is where I was saying I really should have had Giga Drain, because here he just goes for the Fake Out, or even like Protect or something, because I knew he's probably going to have Fake Out or something. But yeah, between the crit and me not having Giga Drain, he's just able to easily take me out with the Fake Out Bullet Punch combo, which is sad. But here I get a free switch into Embor, because he has like no safe switch into Flare Blitz now, as Gobalion just goes down. So yeah, Embor just does a lot here. As I'm gonna just switch into Skarmory, playing it safe. So he goes for Sledge Wave. He actually goes for Stealth Rock here as I roost up. It didn't really matter at all, because he just Fire Blasted and takes me out of my Oko Berry. Here, this may seem like a questionable play. I should have just defogged and saved myself the trouble of Rock Slater, but I wanted to go for damage, and this was why. Basically, I wanted either Embor to come in, which Embor definitely KOs there, or have the chance with Altaria to Oko it after D-dancing up. But I don't know, I should have just spared the damage just so Altaria could come in without taking Rock's damage, but whatever. I mean, new day, new choke, as he just goes for Ice Beam there. And here Wilbur can just nuke something else, and Nidoqueen is RIP. And here I pretty much just have to play with my Embor a bit. That sounds dirty. Anyway, he goes for Fake Out with Medicham, and he switches out here into Latias as I go for the soft-boiled. I probably should have just Baton Passed, because the only way I was going to be able to heal up is if he switched anyway. So I could have just gotten the switch initiative, but and that would have been like the much better play. But I just go for softball. I'm not really sure why. I mean, I figure there's a chance he's gonna switch into Latias, but he's just able to roost up, which really sucks, because now he has the Shadow Ball and rip everything. As here I do for Baton Pass and go to Altaria, and this is where defogging would have been a good idea, because he goes for Ice Beam, and I live at 1%. That was a roll. I don't know, I did the calc. He was max special attack, timid, life orb, and I think I had maybe like a 40% chance to live that, just about that. So I definitely got lucky with the roll, which makes up, I guess, for a battle like a few weeks ago. But yeah, that was unfortunate. As I go for the turn to take it out, I should have just gone. Oh no, I didn't go for Dragon Dance because Medicham, but. Yeah, so he goes for a Bullet Punch there and takes me out, and then I'm just gonna switch into Wilbur, and Wilbur is gonna clean up from there. If I didn't get that roll, I could have still won while playing around with Sucker Punch a bit, but I mean, yeah, that definitely was unfortunate. Just from a perspective of Riz and like the situation he was kind of put in. But I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. I mean, we both made some questionable plays, and it just played out how it did. I mean, that just happens sometimes. Pokemon is a game of chance at times, and I just kind of happened this time, thankfully in my favor. I mean, I feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I deserved it. Just after like the start to my season, after like 2 consecutive 3-0s. I mean, I don't know. It's nice for fortunes to change a little bit. But yeah, so Tynamos are 6th in the division now, I believe. So I mean, we're still definitely still in the mix, which is nice. Getting a 3-0 here was huge. So that did bring me up like to a tie with 6th place. So next week is against Joris and the Macargo Tel Aviv, and they're like way ahead in the standings. Like his team is so good. Like it's broken. He has Megalodios and like Lander's Eye. So like with that's not the, since he's like so high up in the standings, it's not the biggest deal if I lose that one. I think especially with this win, I have room for a loss, and I think that's definitely the loss that I'm willing to take. However, it is transfer period, so I'm planning some stuff. So hopefully it works out. I mean, really mainly what I care about is I don't get like blown out. I want to keep my differential intact a bit, because my like close wins and like big losses kind of left me in a hole a bit. I'm now to like a -1 differential, so I just really don't want to like get like 5-0'd or anything, or 4-0'd. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for next week. But the Tynamos never stop trying. You know, a dragon never yields and all that. Get great Spirit of Justice, Ace Attorney, go buy it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been Redithan. Good game, Riz. And we'll be back next week against Macargo Tel Aviv, where I'm just gonna get stomped.